Okay, so this is Conspiracy Broadcasting, the CBN 119 Bravo. I have decided that I'm going to now begin opening up the most tender and the most eye-opening information with my interactions with all of the local police, including the local city police, the municipality down south of Birmingham that arrested me, to the entire county. And I'm going to start opening up all of this information and my interactions with them. This is going to be a multi-part series. The CBN 119 Bravo is going to be exclusive to all of my interactions and the disinformation and the coercive control that's demonstrated during the dialogue with the officers. Specific examples are going to be highlighted. Some of those specific examples are going to be things like the officer saying that I'm allowed to say that someone should die, that I can't get in trouble for yelling die, I hope you die, or anything of that line or fashion. It's completely fine. And so they start deflecting your concerns as you start to approach them, to include making sure that the itemized portion and the administrative portion isn't even materialized. And they make sure that when you report, that there was nothing to even bring into their records. Okay, although they had you put things on a 8x11 and whatnot. And come to find out, when you go to the records department, there is not even a footprint of the fact that you were there, okay, formally in their records department, okay, after you've done multiple pages of literature in their office, okay, asking for a police report. So this is going to be the preamble, and what you're going to hear next is me trying to exercise my right as a private citizen under Title 15. This officer in this particular precinct and multiple others had an issue with the fact that I had a taser, I had a pepper gun, and that I was wearing one of my badges, my paramedic badges, like a veteran would carry their Vietnam ball cap. He begins then trying to talk me down as if I am impersonating an officer. And I've given him a situation, I've given him a background, I've let him know beforehand. There's some dialogue that occurred before the video that this is a paramedic badge that I had, and I just wear it like just for kind of memorabilia type thing. And it even says EMS, got my paramedic. It says, as a matter of fact, it even says medic. I got it right here. Okay, I've got it right here. This is my badge that I used to wear. Okay, and it's just EMS. It's medic. It says medic right here on it. Okay, paramedic for one of the cities I used to work, and I wear it on the side. And on this particular evening, I also had my taser, and this is a state that is open carry, right? So I'm exercising my right under Title 15, and let's go over that before we get into the actual footage of my interactions with this precinct. I'm going to do a screen share, and we're going to go and look at it. Okay. And so right here, we're looking at Title 15. This is revised in 2024. This is the criminal procedures. It's section 15-10-7. And let me make sure we're on screen share, and we are. Okay. And it says right here that arrests by private citizens are allowed. A private person may arrest another for any public offense committed in his presence, where a felony has been committed, though not in his presence, by the person arrested, or where a felony has been committed and he has reasonable cause to believe that the person arrested committed it. An arrest for felony may be made by a private person on any day and at any time. A private person must, at the time of arrest, inform the person to be arrested of the cause thereof, except when such person is in the actual commission of an offense. That's very important. It says except. there's an exception to this, and it says when such person is in the actual commission of an offense or arrested on pursuit. That's kind of important. If he is refused admittance after notice of his intention and the person to be arrested has committed a felony, he may break open an outer or inner door or window of a dwelling house. It is the duty of any private person having arrested another for the commission of any public offense to take him without unnecessary delay before a judge or a magistrate, or to deliver him to one of the officers specified in section 15-10-1, who must forthwith take him before a judge or magistrate. Now, E is very important here because you see that, it says right here to take him without unnecessary delay before a judge or magistrate. And it's so interesting that every single time I address my concerns with these officers, and I say that we're going to talk to a magistrate, and then I actually called Magistrate Hunter yesterday. I have a video that I briefly mentioned her. All of a sudden, for some reason, it's not permitted to bring or talk any of your concerns to a magistrate, but you must instead talk to the police or the sergeant. Okay, so that's how that goes. And we raised it to a felony. And if you look at the real law, and not just on like Justia, for example, it says on any day or any time, but it's implied that if it's a felony, you have access to making a very significant both personal and legal choice to arrest the person. And in this case, I had these gentlemen in here, two of them stalking me using these inanimate objects and verbally countering my intentions that we've all agreed on, and making sure to trash the house and basically create a negative social milieu of harassment. And then I go to address this formally with them, just like the law says. I wrote out a nice piece of paper, gave them some verbal warnings. This is what's going on. You acknowledged it. You signed it, yada, yada. I had enough. Okay, I had enough, and they continued to do it. And come to find out, they're both working together to harass me. So here is the video of me going to the precinct in person in the middle of the night after I've had enough of the abuse and the stalking. It's been raised to a felony because I've already sustained injuries. And now, after the fact, and I've told them that they're just waiting for something to happen. Come to find out, I go through this arrest because they allow it to continue. And then I go through a new diagnosis of Raynaud's syndrome, okay, because of the lack of cessation and the permissive neglect of this ongoing stalking, okay? And so it's raised to a felony based off of those particular laws. And it says in the law, in the specific class, that it raises to a felony when it's implied. You don't verbally need to say die or anything of that nature, but when it's implied, meaning the cessation and the duration of the actions continue after numerous warnings and you've already sustained injuries, that means you have the right to acknowledge a 1 degree versus another degree. And so I went off and let him know that if he does not leave, I would arrest him. And I happen to have my taser and my pepper gun and my EMS badge. At the time, I'm still an active paramedic right now, and I had multiple licenses in multiple states, okay, at the time. So we're going to cut it here, and then we're going to open up the Part B series where I formally reveal the actual dialogue in the North Precinct.